Hey, what's up, people? And I think I've finally decided to make yet another video about Reddit because as news has just reached me, well, technically it only reached me yesterday, and I was going to make a video, but I had to do something which kind of distracted me, and then I have had a few technical problems which I've kind of sorted out. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, as we know, Reddit has updated their content policy finally, and with that came with the bans to Coontown and all the other Coontowns as well. So, Coontown with a K, what Coontown says, I think, all those ones, they were all banned. Shit canned, gone. Censored. When originally we were told by the new CEO that they were safe. Now look, you all know me, I'm mixed race. I've got another cousin who is part black. I don't like the idea of Coontown. I don't like the idea of anything like that. I mean, they're racists. They spout racist shit on Reddit. But, and here's the but, I'm afraid I'm going to have to stick up for them and say that, they weren't harassing people. They were just, bigots hanging around with other bigots, not really trying to make other editors have a bad time. They weren't trying to ruin Reddit. You see, if they're going to quarantine it, sure, quarantine it. If you want to make money, go ahead and make money. Make a wall around it so that there's no adverts there that will kind of distract and kind of, scare off potential ad revenue. Fine, do that. You're totally within your right, and if you don't want to make money with those subreddits, go ahead. But did you really have to ban most of them when what Reddit says is still around, that Coontown is still around, and that Crackertown is still around? And you're telling us this is for the good of Reddit, that this is helping us, and that this is what you've always stood for? When a bunch of racists haven't actually done anything wrong, are getting shit canned and made an example of. I mean, look, we could all do without racist content, but when they're not harming anyone, let them think whatever they want to think. Let them do what they want to do. I know you can twist that and say, Charming Man 93 is a racist, but Coontown didn't do anything. They weren't serial harassers like other people were. So anyway, let's read this recent announcement anyway by Spets. And he says, today we are releasing an update to our content policy. Our goal was to consolidate the various rules and policies that have accumulated over the years into a single set of guidelines we can point to. Thank you to all of you who have provided feedback throughout the process. Your thoughts and opinions are invaluable. This is not the last time our policies will change, of course. They will continue to evolve along with Reddit itself. Our policies are not changing dramatically from what we have had in the past. Really? I think it has changed dramatically than what you have had in the past. One new concept is quarantining a community, which entails applying a set of restrictions to a community so its content will only be viewable to those who explicitly opt in. We will quarantine communities whose content would be considered extremely offensive to the average Redditor. And you see, look, you can quarantine, that's fine, but define extremely offensive to the average Redditor. Hell, define the average Redditor. The average Redditor obviously doesn't go on Coontown, Crackertown, and Kiketown, and our Reddit says they go to whatever, They're not racists, they're not sexists, they're just people, they're just, they're just average people who don't have any prejudices. But you still have to define that. Obviously, racism is offensive, obviously, but at the same time, we have to, define the offence. Offensiveness is extremely subjective, and it's always taken, never given. So, what can we do? Immediately, that gives them a wide berth to basically interpret it in any way they see fit. If some kind of Reddit subgroup is kind of being a bit of a troublesome annoyance to them, or is a bit too loud in their criticisms, they could just say they're offensive and quarantine them and ban them. So, quarantining on paper sounds good, but I don't think in practice it's going to work very well, but we have to wait and see on that. Today, in addition to applying quarantines, they say, we are banning a handful of communities that exist solely to annoy other Redditors, prevent us from improving Reddit, and generally make Reddit worse for everyone else. Our most important policy of the last 10 years lets me to allow just about anything so long as it does not prevent others from enjoying Reddit for what it is. The best place online to have truly authentic conversations. Now, immediately, this is stupid. This is a lie. This is not what they promised Reddit. This is not what they promised the people. Coontown did not have a history of harassment, whether you like it or not. Okay? Look, I've not heard of them harassing. Nobody else have heard them harassing. They just, took stuff from the internet and laughed at black people and just shared their bigotry with other bigots. That's what they did. But they didn't make Reddit a bad place. That subreddit was bad, of course. But did they go out to ruin the experience of other people? No. And there are other subreddits like that do, or others that are not like that but do go around causing trouble and harassing. I've already mentioned a few. But how come Coontown is gone, but Crackertown and Kiketown has not? To me, these are people have been made examples of. This is to show the advertisers and the social justice middle class cunts that be that we are now open for business. We are here and willing to be invested in. We are a worthy investment. And I just think that this is yet again showing that Reddit is fucked. And then they have the cheek to say that this is the best place online to have truly authentic conversations. These guys cannot have their truly authentic conversation. Whether you like it or not, they do have a right to hold these opinions and to express them. Even if we find it abhorrent, I find it abhorrent. I find it terrible that they hold these opinions. But I'm not going to thought police them. I'm not going to tell them how to think. I'm not going to tell them what to say. As long as they don't trouble other people, which we know that our Coontown didn't. And I don't know about the others. I only really know about our Coontown. We know that they weren't trouble causes, as far as we know. At least the vast majority of them were not. There may have been a few that were causing trouble, but they can easily be banned. They're just people. They're individuals. But they're banning entire groups to make an example of them, to show us, if we step out of line, that's going to happen to us. This is why subreddits like Kotaku and Action are in trouble, because of their pro-Gamergate stance. And we know that a lot of people in the Reddit hierarchy do not like Gamergate. This is troubling. And then he says that I believe that these policies strike the right balance. They don't strike the right balance. A balance would be to ban all the racist subreddits that have popped up. Ban every single one of them, no matter who they're racist towards, if they're attacking people, if they're making life miserable, if they're not doing anything. If you're willing to ban Coontown, you will ban Crackertown, Kiketown. Hell, I bet there's a Packy town somewhere, or a Mulatto town somewhere. Ban them too then. It's horribly imbalanced. It's not even about this. It's not about the content policy. It's about making Reddit easily to invest in, to grab more money, to probably sell it off. They're going to sell it off eventually. And then he has an update. I know some of you are upset because we banned anything today, but the fact of the matter is we spend a disproportionate amount of time dealing with a handful of communities, which prevents us from working on things for the other 99.98%, literally, of Reddit. That's bullshit. If they're only a 0.2% and they're causing so much trouble that you can't handle the rest of us, that's bullshit. You could totally handle the rest of us. Why are these people such a problem? How is Coontown a problem? They had no problem to you before, yet now they are because of what they say. It's not that what they've done. And yeah, people are upset that you banned anything because you specifically said that you were not going to ban anything, yet you went ahead and did it. Of course, I wasn't fooled. I knew you guys were going to ban the subreddits. There were rumours going around that you were going to, and I don't trust anything that people like Ellen Powell and whoever, I forgot who the CEO was, such was a long time ago that I did the last video about Reddit. That it doesn't shock me that you've done this. And then he says he's off, thanks for your feedback, and rest in peace his inbox. And there you have it. Reddit further sliding down into the depths of shit for banning a racist well, several racist subreddits, and me, a mixed race person, having to defend these racists is not something I want to be in. This is not a situation that I have to find myself in. But as far as I know, only Coontown didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, that is the fact. That is a fact. I don't like them. I don't want to defend them. But when it comes to freedom of speech, I will defend their right to freedom of speech. I will defend. Hell, I guess you can defend their right to exist. I mean, you know, we're probably not gonna end racism anytime soon, and it might always be with us in some kind of form. But that's besides the point. That's not the issue here. And I think I've probably said all that I need to say. So until next time, this has been CharmingMan93. Like and share the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you later.